Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome on YouTube. How are you? I hope that you're doing fine. So it was a little bit last minute today, like it was last week also, by the way. But the thing was, as I was trying to find some cool stuff for you guys, and it took a little bit longer to find something which was really cool. So that was the reason why I was a little bit late, but I'm here, and that is of course the most important thing. I am definitely who? I am definitely here. So again, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. In the meantime, I am trying to get connection to my to the YouTube part, so that is now taken care of. Let me try it again. Hey, Amy, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are here. Yes, I am also here. Petra is in the house. And welcome in my condo. So that was one. Second is, of course, I need to. Show prep is a time investment for sure. It is. It really is. I have actually been going live today on Twitch, where I was actually streaming live that I was working on the removal of my AC. So the AC is now gone from the studio, and that was really something that was really needed because of the fact that oh, what was that? Ooh, nice. That was really needed because I didn't have any space anymore, and now at this moment it's totally okay. I can actually handle it quite well, like it is right now. So that was the first thing, and the second thing is I'm going to try. Yep, there you go. And also on Facebook. Now I am also on Facebook. All right, let's start Facebook as well. Still preparing. Welcome everyone, welcome also on Facebook. I just went live on YouTube, and now I'm also on Facebook. How are you cooling the studio now is Amy's first question of today. Well, this is the first question that's also on Facebook. So Amy is, by the way, on YouTube. If you're on Facebook and you want to be part of this conversation, then just go ahead and just type some comments down. I will be seeing it right here on my iPad, right here, and I can actually talk about it, which is brilliant. It's vMix Social. I have been using it for quite some time, and it is really great. So to come to your question, Amy, how do I cool my studio? Actually, I'm not cooling it at all. It really is going back to a little bit more of a comfortable temperature at this moment. It's still a little bit on the hot side of it, but it's getting lower and lower. It's getting a little bit into a more of a, let's say, typical Dutch weather pattern, which is like hot 1 or 2 days, then a little bit colder a few days, then raining, and a little bit hot. So it's a little bit goes back and forth now, and that's, I think, from my perspective, better than the last 7-8 weeks, which was really great weather. We didn't have any rain for that period, but it went all dry. It was really hot, and we actually went to 40 degrees, which is really hot. So yeah. Do you power down the hardware? Yes, I do. So my studio is, whenever I'm ready with this show, I switched off all my gear inside of this studio. Well, give or take, if I am going back live within the next 2 or 3 hours, I will keep it on. But like today, when we're done with the show of today, then I'll just stop with it, and then we can move on, right? So yes, so I am shutting it down. That is the answer to your question, I think. All right. So yeah, today quite some challenging stuff. I actually really have space again in the studio, which is great because with space I can actually walk around again in the studio. So just to let you know, you're not able to see my arms. I know, but if I stretch my arms like this and I reach this side, the wall with my finger like so, and this one also like so, I can actually touch both sides from that side and from that side. So it's a very small room, and it's best if you can have a little bit of some space to move around. I mean, I can actually touch this. See, this is touchable. It's not a lot of space, not at all. So let me start the show. The show today is a little bit short. Last week we had a very great show. Thank you for everybody who was part of it, because that was an amazing show. We had a lot of people joining, also from the first time. Thank you so much. And I also saw that there were a lot of additional page likes. So thank you guys for liking the page. So today I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to tone down a little bit, and I'm going to talk about 5 things that I think that are really great for you to at least think of if you're in the video or in the production space like I am as well. So that is what I want to do today. So there are sort of 5 things that we will touch. And I'm very sorry that I'm a little bit late, and I am going to tell you again why that is the case. It is really a case of not finding something which was great for a long time until the very last moment, and it's like, that is great. So let's just start the show. So if you want to do something which is really cool with video and video production, then this might be the show for you. And I don't know why that goes blank. I have to still check that. So welcome everyone. My name is Petra Verbruggen, and if you want to support the show, then go to let me put that back on. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's crashing. Darn it. All right, so that was one. So my name is Petra Verbruggen, and if you want to support the show, go to techcondo.net, and there you can find it. I'm gonna check why this is happening. This is like the 2nd week in a row, so time to check it. Hey, I want to just briefly talk about 5 things that I like, that I think that you might be interested. So it's gonna be a short show. But before I start with those 5 things, I want to welcome Amy, who's on YouTube. Why didn't I think about it? So she's on YouTube, and Kathleen, who is on Facebook. So on both channels, you can be part of the show. There is this logo, if you see that right here, that shows where the comment is coming from. So if you don't see it, then you know where it's coming from. If you see it in inside, I might not be able to directly comment during this video, but I will definitely comment to you as soon as possible after the fact. All right, let's do this. Let's talk about the following. So the first thing that might be interesting to check out is the Power Junkie by Blinkspot. Now, what is this? What is this why is this interesting for you guys? Well, you might think that you can actually have multiple power banks with you, right? So you have a camera, or you have a phone, or you have another camera, but all of them are not having the same connector. These guys at Blind Spot actually created a small brick. It's really a small brick. This is the brick right there. Below part, which has a blue light indicator that says how much power is still in the Sony standard battery, which is very much available, and you can have a very small one, you can have a bigger model. It will work with it. It has two USB 3.0 outputs, which is I thought it was 5 volts. It was really nice, and also a DC, which is the center, 7.2 volts. And on the opposite side, there is also a USB-C connector and a micro USB. So quite a lot of different things that are connected and that you can use. So I think if you want to make less and less of a hassle and have less of power bricks and power adapters with you, then this might be the thing that is right for you. Is it expensive? I don't think so. I mean, it's about 50 pounds, 70 euros, 80. So if you have 8 pounds, 80 pounds, you can have one Power Junkie and some other batteries, etc. So it is not a very expensive product, but it will definitely help you. So yes. So Amy says 5 tech-related things. Yes, we're going to talk about those. And this was the first one, which I think is really one thing that I'm really interested in, because I don't like all those clumsy stuff. I have a backpack, right? So in real life backpack that we talked about last week. If you want to know more about it, then go ahead and go on Facebook or on YouTube to find out where I show you from A to Z how to create that backpack, an hour's worth of video. So that's something that might be interesting for you as well. Yes, Kathleen agrees. She says that, no, I said Kathleen says. Kathleen says, looks interesting. Thank you so much. Indeed, it does look very, very interesting. So that's the first one. So on the scale from 1 to 5, guys, what do you think? Is it how usable is this product? 1 is not usable at all. 5 is really interesting, and maybe even purchasing it. And 3 is like, nah, okay, I think it's okay. So just let me know what you think about it. So I'm interested in your reaction. So that's the first one of today. Moving on to the second one, which is the let me go back to the start of this video. Come on, do it to me. So this is let me. There's no sound. That's fine. So this is a wired camera. So yeah, what you can do with this is that you can put on a action cam like a GoPro or a Sony FDR 3000, and what you get with that is that you can make these kinds of cool shots that you can see right here. So you can follow people in a great way, like here you can see perfectly what it can do. It's fast, really fast. It's remotely controlled, so it's not like you cannot control it. You can actually go back and forth, and you can see like this, up and down. And this is the product. And at first, I thought this is very, very expensive, right? So that was my initial idea about it. But it turns out it's not that expensive. So if I go down, it already starts with the $300 US, which is, I think, brilliant, right? Now, in all fairness, they say it's better than a drone, and I'm a little bit, I don't know, because I think that a drone is even better than this. The only difference is that this is more safe. With a drone, you can crash it. You can lose quite a lot of money if that is going wrong. But with this, I don't think that that is a, well, of course it can break, but the chances are way less smaller than the drone. So might be that this is really something also for you if you would like to make a very smooth pan when if there's a lot of action going on. So yes, I liked it. I really do like it, and it is not on my short list. So if I would give it a 1 to 5, I would probably give it a 3 or maybe even a 4. But I don't know, right? I'm not gonna buy it right now, but it is definitely affordable. So, and going back to the first one, I think that that is definitely a 5. I am definitely gonna check out them and buy them. Another product that I want to buy is this one. It is from, if it's coming, yeah, there it is. Is this one? This is the Moment lens, which is an anamorphic lens. What is an anamorphic? That's, you know, the big scape camera movements with a lot of additional width. The lens flares that are coming in and out, which is really cool. I love this. It is about 120 US dollars. It's still not it's not available yet. It will be coming available in October, and this is definitely something that's on my short list. So I probably will end up purchasing it. So this is the back of it. And this is how you mount it on your iPhone, for instance, your iPhone 10. So you do need a photo case with it to make it work. That's about $30, or maybe even with an additional battery. So this is really great. By the way, Moment does have a lot of additional lenses available. Let me show you. So they have like a shop with a wide lens, a teleportrait lens, a superfish lens like this one. They have like a tremendously amount of things. But the anamorphic one, that is the one that I really like. I mean, I like it. So anamorphic is a new word for Amy. Okay, that is cool. So since that is a new word, what I'll do is I'll try to explain it with anamorphic with a suggestion. So what is an anamorphic? If I go to this video, then it gives you some kind of information on it. So let me try to let me try to get that an example for you somewhere. Yeah, I think that this is so this is an anamorphic picture. See, you also have those stripes, which are really cool because it makes a little bit more of a dynamic picture. I love it. This is really, I mean, if you like, for instance, what is his name again? Darn it. What's his name again? The guy that produced Star Wars. Come on, and Star Trek. Now I need to know. I'll figure that out. Looking at my power, I have to hurry up a little bit. Sorry about that. I'll check it for you guys. No, it's not iPhone only. You can also use it for the Android. So if you go to the website, it's shopmoment.com. Then go to shop anamorphic lens. And then you can select your device right here, and that's iPhone, but also the Pixel XL, the Pixel 2, the Galaxy S9 or S8, or the Galaxy Note 9. So it's really available for multiple products. So that's moving on to the fourth, which is really interesting, and you might have noticed that I talked about it last week. I talked about it last week, was that I actually broke my my HDMI cable. Now, this is not an HDMI cable that we're going to talk about, but this is a USB 3 cable. But the cool part is of this one is that you can actually, this is, well, they say unbreakable, nothing is unbreakable, but you really need to do it on purpose. So it has so much different angles of freedom that it can actually do quite. So here you have an idea. So you can actually see that you can change it from top to bottom, to from left to right. So you have quite some angles of well, ideas, right? Is it expensive? It's a little bit more expensive than normal, but at least it doesn't break. And I think that if you're interested in having things in a smaller form factor, then this is really interesting. Now, the thing that I am waiting for is that when this comes available for HDMI, because then we're talking my language. Yes. So that was, if you look at this one, definitely for HDMI a 5, for USB maybe a 3. So we'll see. Next up, if you use vMix, then yes, then okay. So let's set this up. If you use vMix for a production where more than one people are working, and you're actually producing the show, and you have a talent or a presenter that has multiple cameras to work with. I have 3 cameras. 2 of them are switched off now because I am just talking to this camera at this moment. Nothing is wrong with those cameras. I just decided to stick with this one today. Actually, I'm thinking about something to test in a minute. Well, yeah. So if you have a person that does a presenter, you don't know which camera is active, right? So you need to have some kind of way of doing that. Now, what the way that you do it is that red light. You might have seen it on TV once, that the presenter watches the camera with a red light on it with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, right? Now, this is called in the industry a tele light, and they are expensive. I'm going to tell you up front, they're expensive. They might just be a light, but they are expensive. But I was looking into one where that is available with vMix, and I found this one which I really liked, and that is the QB. And this is really, as you can see, a very small product. It's really that small. So this is it. This small part, that is the whole tele light. And the cool part is, it is fully wireless. So you don't have to have an additional wire going to that again. It has, it can work with Wi-Fi. It's compatible, affordable. Well, that begs to differ. To be honest, it's not that cheap. And it's autonomous, whatever that means. So what it does have is a possibility that also, if you have like a cameraman also shooting for you, so not only automated cameras like I have. Yeah, the cameraman can actually see a small red dot in his visor, so that he knows that or she knows that it's live. This is what it looks like. Just a small bag with 4 different colors units, and it will cost you €600, which is roughly the same in dollars, because in the US you pay less taxes. So good luck with that. So it's going to be about roughly the same in dollars, and I really think it's a great product. I am really interested in it. Especially for me, because I also use these cameras for events. So that might be something. So maybe it's something for you. Maybe it's not for you. That can happen. But at least you know that it's there. So that were the five things that I figured out, which I think that is also a little bit of a roundup, a tech roundup, which are interesting. So we started with the Power Junkie. So that was a product that actually can power multiple different devices. It has quite a different connection options for you. The second was the Viral Light, which is a cable operated camera movement system, which is really interesting. The anamorphic lens, which is I think my favorite of today, which definitely going to buy. I am in October. I am in the States in the first few weeks of October, and I'm trying to really be there and get that moment lens. I am really looking forward to that one because I love that look. And the fourth was the unbreakable USB cable. Now again, HDMI cable. There's definitely a 5 for me. I want to have it. I want to have it. If it's only USB, less, but still interesting. And the last but not least, QB wireless tele for $600, which is a lot of money, but compared to the other possibilities out there, this is really cheap. I have to admit that. I mean, I have been looking into these, and typically they start with like $2,000, $2,000. So this is really $600 is then really $600, 600 euro is really cheap back then at that time. All right. So Amy says that the taillights would be cool to have if I put my cameras on auto switch. Oh, right. That was a good one. I didn't even think about that, Amy. Yes, definitely. That would be definitely something that will help you to determine which one it is. Now, I have to admit, I am talking also to PTZ Optics to find out if it's possible to have the LED light, which is in the PTZ camera, if that can be switched on as a LED light, but no reaction yet. So that might be also a possibility right there for you. So that was a very short episode of Taekwondo. Next week I will be back, of course, with a new episode of Taekwondo. We'll figure out something to talk about. I am also preparing a questionnaire for you guys. I just added some questions. I am really interested to see what kind of content do you like most here in the main show, but also on Twitch, where I will be doing in real life streams, but also building Lego and just hang out and do some cool stuff. Maybe even spend a lot of time together with you to do this, because on Facebook I want to keep it short and sweet. Last week it was an hour. This week it's a little bit more into the way that I want to have it structured, about 20 to 30 minutes, which is I think great. That's it for today. I want to say thank you to these guys that I've seen below. These guys are what I call my roommates. They support my show, and without them, this is not possible. I mean, it might not seem to be that much, but to build a studio, to have this camera, to do all this kind of stuff does cost some money, and I'm not asking for a full rebate. This is still out of love for you, for the community, and because I like to do it myself. So it doesn't have to be that much, but it would be great if you want to go to that site, taekwondo.net, and there you can subscribe for $5 per month, $10 per month, or $25 a month, where I can say for $5 a month that is just one cup of coffee at Starbucks. So that is what I think, and for me it's a lot of money. So anyways, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow on twitch.net/taekwondo, I will be going to Maastricht. And Maastricht is a city which is important for Europe, because an agreement was signed there that we started with the euro currency, and it's also a very nice city to just look at the architecture, to look at the way that the way that it looks. And it's here in the Netherlands. It is roughly a 1.5 hour by train from here. I'm actually powering up my backpack at this moment, so both my internal battery and my live view solo unit are being charged, fully charged, to be there tomorrow. So I hope that you can be there also. It's going to be a little bit early for you guys on the west coast of the US. It's about 6 o'clock that I'm starting your time. But don't worry, the real show starts at 6:30-ish. So the first 30 minutes is a little bit like just hanging around and starting things up. But the real nitty and gritty starts at 6:30, which is roughly the time that most of you will probably get up anyway. And of course, if you're on the eastern side of the US, it's going to be a little bit easier. And in Europe, well, 3 p.m. is, I think, a perfect time. Reason for that being is, of course, I needed to tell you that, is that I want to do these in real life streams throughout the year. And in the winter, it is dark here in the Netherlands at 4:15, 4:20 p.m. So I really need to get that additional 1.5 hours of time. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you are watching after the show, thank you. Just put some comments in there. I will react to you, and to Amy and Kathleen that are here live. Thank you so much for taking the time, and see you tomorrow on Twitch, or alternatively next Saturday, same time, same channel. Bye. Yeah, why is it not working? There you go.